getting up and moving. Love the 5.6 liter V8. Huge fan. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the all-new Nissan Titan Pro-4X. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Nissan here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Titan. Check out the inventory in the description down below. On a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5.6 liter V8 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 15 around town and then 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 413 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Pro-4X, which I think looks so sinister in black. And of course the lights pop off as soon as I talk about it, but you guys saw the lights for a second at least. Notice here how it's raised on either side and then also in the center. We do have the daytime running LED lights and then the LED headlamps. Fog lights down below at the parking sensors. We've got the orange Nissan logo with the camera below the logo. Notice the orange tow hooks. And then we've got the skid plate protection underneath as part of the Pro-4X package. And it pops out prominently to give it that, you know, Ford Raptor appearance. And that's actually yeah, it's not plastic. A lot of manufacturers will make that plastic, but there's the front. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear. These are the general grabber all-terrain tires. And before we get into the tires though, you guys can see here with the wheel design, you got the silver on the outside and then it's dark in the center, has that cool off-roader aesthetic. Now these tires don't look all that aggressive on the surface, but I have taken a Pro-4X off-road and I can tell you that grip is actually really solid. It's a lot better than you would expect, and it's got some decent sidewall. And then here is the front suspension. We got independent front suspension, Bilstein shocks with the Pro-4X package. Notice we got the splash guards. We have the bigger trailer tow mirrors, and then notice the door handles, the coloration on that Pro-4X logo here in the back. And then you guys can see the leaf springs here in the rear, and again we've got the off-road shocks there in the back as well. But it's a pretty big truck. I gotta step back quite a ways. There is the side view. Well, normally this is where I show the key fob, but it's wrapped up in this packet. It's Nissan's normal key fob, if you guys are wondering. Now let's actually pop into the bed where we have a payload capacity of 1,322 pounds. It does slow lower down. Notice we have the rails already built in, and up top for the cargo tie downs as well. And we have an outlet. There's a lot of fun stuff here in the bed area, and space is great. Notice we've got the LED cargo light there at the top, and lifting up the tailgate, it's very light. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear. I love the style of the taillights here on the new Titan. I think they look fantastic. We have another Pro-4X badge here, and we have a plaque here on the back similar to like the Ford Raptor. Nissan logo, parking sensors in the rear, towing capacity right around 10,000 pounds, and this has a kick step. Look at this. It's a lot easier to deploy than Ram's. Ram's kick step, you gotta kind of like muscle. This, on the other hand, you can just kind of like lightly tap, which is great, but there you go. Now here's the door panel in the rear. You guys can see the padding here, and then down below, and then notice the stitching that goes throughout. And then same thing with the rear seats, notice they're perforated here. And then again with that orange contrasted stitching. There's a grab handle to help with getting in and out, which is great. There's legroom. And then notice here with the little storage pocket, got some cup holders here. Titan. And then notice all of the charging ports. We do have heated seats for the rear as well, and full power outlet. Got a couple of cup holders on top of that, and these seats would be really easy to clean off. That's one of the big benefits of these seats with the Pro-4X. You guys can kind of see the material use. Anyways, let's head to the front. Now here is the front door panel. You guys can see again with all of the padding, and then notice the stitching down below. Blind spot monitoring for the mirrors. Front two windows are automatic, and then we've got our mirror adjustment. Fender sound system, memory seats. And then here are the front seats. Again, it says Pro-4X in it, perforated all down the center. Got all of your adjustments. Pedal layout down below. Notice that is for the brake release. We do have a locker for the rear. Hill descent control. We've got this for the outlet, cargo light, and then you get your regular light controls with the fog light. Steering wheel is power adjustable. Let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel. First off, what you guys will notice with the steering wheel is we've got, again, orange there in the center, but really nice padding all around, and then you've got that orange stitching. This does have adaptive cruise control. You got voice command, volume controls as well, turn signal, windshield wiper stock. We've got a column shifter here with the manual shift function for that 9-speed automatic, and the tow mode is built into the shifter. But yeah, solid setup. Now here's the center gauge cluster. Again, you've got that coloration that kind of goes with the Pro-4X theme. But notice we can scroll through some different menus here to see different bits of info here, like fuel economy, for example. Again, this isn't really going to have accurate ratings because it's a new truck. But aside from that, you can see like tire pressure, that's going to be important for off-roading. But yeah, solid setup. Now here is the infotainment system. First off, if I pop it in reverse, you guys can see I've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And you got that bird's eye view as well, which is just fantastic. And then if I press the camera button, you can see here, front camera on top of that. And if I press it again, got like the side view. So tons of camera views, which will help out with on-road and off-road use. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, got all these shortcut buttons here down below, including the analog controls for the radio. And as for the screen itself, response time is really good with this new screen. So I think they did a good job. Shortcut bar there at the bottom. Hopefully you can see that. Lighting's kind of bad today, sorry about that. But yeah, overall, I'm a fan. Got some more of that Pro-4X stitching here on the dash. And then down below, we've got our dual zone climate controls here with the Titan stability control, parking sensors. That's for your hazard lights, safety tech, heated steering wheel button, stop start button. And then you guys can see with the driveline select, just like the new Tundra, we've got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, no 4-wheel auto, trailer brake controls. And then we got some USB ports. And then you can see here with the heated seat function. And then notice the storage space here within this center console. You can actually pull this out if you want. And then here's the rest of the center console. Tons of storage space, really practical. And that's one of the benefits of a column shifter. And then we just have a regular glove box, and then notice the padding on the dash. And then popping up top here, you guys can see we've got the power sliding rear window. And you can get a sunroof. This one doesn't have one, but sunglass holder. There you go. Now it looks like someone's dog got a hold of this window sticker, or someone struggled to pull it off the window, most likely. Anyways, you've got this standard equipment here with the Titan, and then notice the warranty information with the Titan. This is one of the big selling points, 5-year, 100,000 mile bumper to bumper. So really solid with that. And then we do have some optional equipment on this particular truck, but again, it's kind of like split in half, so it's hard to see. Anyways, total MSRP on this truck, $58,760. Let's take it out for a short little drive. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So this is gonna be a pretty short drive. I lived with a Titan Pro-4X for a week, so I don't really need to do a massive amount of driving, but I'll give you guys like a quick recap if you never saw that video series where I took it off-road and everything. And it'd be interesting to do one of these again because I do crazier off-roading now. But anyways, getting up and moving. Love the 5.6 liter V8. Huge fan. It's just so smooth. And then also with that 9-speed automatic, it just smooths everything out. Now this definitely has kind of like a more old school truck feel to it. The steering, right, is a little bit heavier, but you actually get feedback through it. And this handles really well for a truck too. Like the whole, you know, suspension setup and everything they have on this is just amazing. So it's really good from a driving perspective. Comfort's great with the seats, and again, basically what the Titan gives you is what Toyota should have given us with the new Tundra. You have a big naturally aspirated V8, modern transmission, more modern interior with more modern tech, but you still have, you know, again, big naturally aspirated V8, so you got that old school V8 reliability. And you know, Nissan has a really solid warranty on this, and we've heard about the issues with the turbos of the Tundra. So you know, if you want a more reliable, you know, kind of like more old school type truck, that's what the Titan gives you. It still has modern tech, but it's not quite over the top like what you have with the new Chevy and the new Ford and the new Ram, right? Where they have the huge infotainment systems and everything is controlled via tech. And Yeah, and also under the hood, right, all of them have either auto stop start or hybrid systems, right? This is just a normal V8. So again, this is what the Titan, or sorry, this is what the Tundra should have been. But yeah, Pro-4X is a great package. It does really well off-road, it handles great. And if you basically want a new truck with a warranty, but you still want that kind of like old school truck feel and reliability, then the new Titan is going to give you that. And there's no other manufacturer that makes anything quite like this in today's market. So there you go. That's going to sum things up for the all-new Nissan Titan Pro-4X. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Nissan here in Murray for giving me some time with this Titan. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.